Alright, so I'm just going to do an update video. It's been a while since I've done one. Right now it's beginning of March 2021, so we're still in the midst of the global pandemic, which you would think I would have a lot of time to work on the car, but I've been doing stuff inside the house, so I haven't actually had a whole lot of time to work on the car. But I've been able to do some stuff, and I'll go through some quick updates. Again, I do have the body off of the chassis, so we can kind of get a better look at the things that I've been doing. A lot of little things here and there that I've been completing. I have the rear diffuser carbon fiber that is temporarily mounted. We'll wait till the body goes back on to permanently attach that. I've been trying to do some ways to maybe keep the cold air intake from getting too hot from the exhaust. You can see the exhaust is here, cold air intake is here. So I kind of fabricated this little aluminum panel, which I will probably cover with the same kind of gold foil, just to keep that exhaust heat away from that cold air intake. I just have it temporarily mounted right now, you can see with the Clecos, and I just until I can get the body back on, just to make sure that these kind of don't interfere with the hatch, or see if I need to do any more cutting or fabricating for that. So that's one of the things I have been doing. I've also been just doing some other modifications to some of these panels, and I don't remember if I pointed it out before, but this wheel well panel, the front one, if we go around to the side and we see where the fuel tank is, it might be a little bit too dark to see, but this is where the fuel exits the fuel tank, and it was really close to that panel, and actually to the point where it was right up against it, and I kind of didn't like that, so I just made a little bit of a cutout and opened it up a little bit to give it a little bit more room, and again, just temporarily in place, but it will not interfere with the wheels or the tires, so we should be good to go there, and a little bit more peace of mind as well. I'll go back down here. Been doing a lot of the undercarriage, a lot of the aluminum panels to the bottom. Again, they're all just being temporarily held on with those Clecos, just to make sure I have everything set up. I did have to make a couple panels, access panels, on both the driver's side and the passenger side, and that is for the 5-point harness. There's a little bolt here that is attached to the frame, and I just wanted to be able to have access to that if I needed to, so I just made a little access panel there. Alright, so a few other things. I can't remember exactly what I've shown and what I haven't yet, so I'll just kind of go through things, and if I'm repeating something, then oh well, it'll be a review. So I do have the windshield wiper motor in, that's hooked up. Had a couple issues with that. I do have this mounting bracket from V-Raptor Speedworks. Worked pretty well. This little tab wasn't quite bent far enough, at least for mine, to get the return to come back. So I just had to bend that over a little bit, and it works fine now. So that was a great purchase from V-Raptor Speedworks. I do have the Corvette horns. They are installed and hooked up. Right now I'm also trying to figure out where to put the tow hook. I think what I'll probably do is mount it to the frame, kind of in this location right here, and it'll pop up a little bit above the hood, so that it'll be a tow point. Also was thinking maybe of making some type of bracket so it'll come out the front as a tow hook. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I just needed to get something so I can figure that out. I do have a couple other things that I've added. One of them here is the auto blip. So this is really helpful with the sequential transmission, and I have this all hooked up, so basically every time I put into downshift, it will give a little bit of an up rev to the motor, so that it will, you can basically don't need to worry about the heel toe. I basically tested it out briefly, and seems to work pretty well. Obviously haven't kind of done it on any type of road racing or anything like that, so we'll have to see how that goes. But it is fully adjustable. You can see that the duration of the blip and the delay, and I'll probably do a separate video just on the kind of how that was installed and how I installed it, because it's a little bit different, because this is a sequential transmission. So the hookup to the brake and the clutch is a little bit different than what's in the manual. But I contacted them, and they gave me some tips on how to do this.